What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I am so sorry. It's been a day here. We had to take Wendy to the doctor. She's okay. She just had a really weird cough. So we just wanted to get her to the doctor. I've been really worried about her the last couple of days. And I get home and I'm like, oh, I'm sitting here. And then I read a message and it's like, no show tonight? I'm like, fuck, it's Wednesday. I apologize. I truly, honestly do. I haven't even had a chance to set up the wheel, but we can do that as we go. So let's get into the week that was week 3. There's a couple. Hey, Rayshawn. Sorry.
Hi, Rayshawn. Rayshawn?
Give him a second.
Hey, Wendy, how are you?
We're doing well. She's feeling better. We had to take her. That's why I wasn't here. We had to take her to the doctor today, and I totally forgot it was Wednesday because I've been so worried about her because she has a really bad cough. Okay. So we had to take her to the doctor, and I get home. I turn on the PS5. I'm like, fuck it, I'll play some Madden. That's not going so well. So then I'm like, I read the message and it's Rayshawn. Hey, we doing a show tonight? I'm like, fuck me. It's Wednesday. I totally forgot today. I'm watching a show. I'm watching Dynamite, right? It's on Wednesday. But I forgot it's Wednesday. So I apologize to everybody out there as far as missing the show.
And guess what, Rayshawn?
But I am here. And Heather is here with me. Rayshawn is here with me. Wendy will be here for a little bit, but she has to go to bed because she has school tomorrow. I like your beard, man. I tried doing that. I just can't get it right ever. So
that beard oil.
Huh?
It's the beard oil he bought from me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Hopefully Tim will be here. Because I have a question for him because I didn't see any of it. Of the Patriot, I could have, but I was watching a Packer game at the same time. So we'll talk about that. We're gonna talk about the Chiefs,
The Bears.
The Bears. But we're not gonna talk about the Chiefs and the Bears. So I might as well start with that, right?
Because
we did talk.
That and the Dolphins game.
We did talk about it Saturday, right? Or Sunday night on the show about what the top story was in the NFL. Do you know what the top story was in the NFL, Rayshawn?
Justin Fields.
I speak up. I can barely hear. Hold on.
Right.
Give me a second. It's probably me. Okay, use your words.
Was it Justin Fields calling out the coaches?
No, we did that last week. That was last week's top story.
Oh, then I don't know.
The top story in the NFL is whether or not Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are dating.
Oh, you see.
Go ahead. Give me your I talked about this on Sunday night, but go ahead.
That didn't come to my mind because that's not football, and I don't care about it.
Thank you.
Exactly.
And that's my point, but it's something to talk about. Why are we worrying about Taylor Swift being at a game that Travis Kelce plays in and whether or not they're fucking dating? Like, I literally watched the next fucking day Good Morning Football because I had to get up with her. She had that nasty cough, so all of us got up. And I'm watching this fucking show. And I'm sitting there, and what is the fucking first thing that flies out of their fucking mouth? And these fucking people that are analysts for football are like, I applaud the commentators. I applaud the director and the producer for putting the camera on her instead of what's going on the field.
Thank you. That's what I was saying.
Why in the fuck? And they're like, I applaud them for that. We need more Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift doesn't play fucking football.
Or know anything about it.
I mean, she may. I don't know. But I'm not going to sit here and... Come on, man. It is so fucking annoying that this is a thing in football. That whether or not and Taylor Swift is very popular. Very popular.
Yeah. For her music.
Whether or not she's dating a football player, I don't fucking care. How does that rate on watching the Bears just get demolished by a team that was doing nothing but practice?
Right. Basically.
I said it to Heather. I'm sitting here watching this game, and it's like watching a team actually... They were working on some things during this game.
Mahomes was the quarterback that night, right?
Yeah. They were just working on some things. They were up 31-0, I think, after the first quarter. It was that fucking bad. They ended up winning 41-6 or something like that.
Basically practice.
But that's another reason why they kept putting the camera up on Taylor Swift to drum up any kind of drama in that game to make it marketable.
Yeah.
That makes sense too.
It does, but still, I don't give a fuck about Taylor Swift. She's not a thing. What the fuck are you two doing?
Yeah, I was pretty pissed off about that too, and the fact that that was the talk around town for no reason. Has nothing to do with the football. I ain't hear no stats or whatever. Ooh, it's Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, were you going to bed? She's doing a good night thing, I guess. I don't know. Say good night to everybody.
Good night, Wendy.
Good night, Rachel.
You like the hamburger burger.
Did you hear what she said? She's a good night, Rachel. She's a dumbass. She's my dumbass, though. I've been really worried about her. She's feeling fine, but it's just the cough is worrying me.
Yeah.
So the game that I watched, and I'll talk about this, and
So you watched
Aaron,
the full. Sorry for cutting. You watched the full KC and Chicago game?
I couldn't watch it anymore because they kept on going to the I didn't care. I didn't care
right.
if so. I think I ended up going to the store or something. I can't remember. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the store. That's where that game led me to. Because they kept going to Taylor, and it wasn't because they kept going to Taylor Swift. The Bears just
It was
suck.
nothing happening. Yeah.
The Bears just suck. And that's, like I talked about this last week. I don't want them to. I don't want the Bears to suck. I want the Bears to be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel bad for Justin Fields. It's not his fault. This is the fault of the coaching staff. They don't have any players. I mean, they have one receiver and they never throw him the fucking ball. Number one, the reason why he can't throw him the fucking ball, you fucking moron fucking people, is he doesn't have fucking time to throw the fucking ball. The guy's running for his life like every other fucking play. This is the problem.
That's the O-line, though. The O-line
Yes, the O-line is the fucking problem. They go out. You can go out and get all the skilled players in the fucking world. Doesn't mean you're gonna fucking win a game. And I'll use this as a prime example. Dallas Cowboys. What did I say about the Dallas Cowboys? Now, I didn't know. I totally forgot this. They were missing 3 offensive linemen. That's how important an offensive line is to a team. You have to be able to protect the quarterback. But I will say this, with Dallas, they just became Dallas. In no way, shape, or form. The Cardinals and the Bears are going to be competing for the worst team in the NFL this year. Right?
Who you got for that?
They literally have a 4th-string quarterback as their starting quarterback right now.
Dobbs. I think it's Joshua
Dobbs. Now, Joshua Dobbs looked good in college, but I don't know if he really is the
Cutting it.
answer for them.
Right.
That he's not. So how are we going to make the Cardinals better? And it's not just the quarterback that needs help. Because they have a first round talent in Kyler Murray there. He's hurt right now.
Okay.
He's got a knee thing going on.
The fact that
Kyler Murray.
Yes.
I think Cardinals just took advantage of Dallas.
You two talk.
Go ahead.
Cardinals took advantage of Dallas. The lack of the O-line that they didn't have, and the fact that they were just playing pedestrian, so they just took advantage and won that game. But Cardinals is not all that great at all.
No, they're not. They just got lucky this week. It's just kind of sad to see it in a way, because I had them picked.
I'm actually happy to see it because they play us, down the road soon, and that's a big it's a big thing to talk about. Because a lot of people's like, oh, the Cowboys gonna beat the Eagles. You watch it. I'm like, playing to beat Cardinals, so I don't think they're gonna beat the Eagles. The Eagles is better than them on offense and defense, and don't even talk about defense. Woo.
Yeah. Well, don't talk about defense with a lot of teams right now. I mean, did we speak about?
You can, while you're
it's a good only win for the Arizona for this season.
Did we speak about Dolphins?
I'll talk. We'll talk about that.
That was a real life Madden game.
So
yes, it was.
Broncos just didn't show up to play.
Literally.
I honestly don't think Miami is that fucking good. I really don't. They aren't as good as Philadelphia. They aren't as good as Kansas City. They aren't as good as Buffalo. We'll find out how good Miami really is this week when they play Buffalo.
Oh, that's a tough one.
No, it's not. I think Buffalo beat them by 20 points.
For week 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It'll be tough for the Dolphins to play against
They haven't played anybody yet. Who have they played?
That's what I'm saying. Oh, Dolphins or the Bills?
The Dolphins.
I think the Bills struggle a game.
The Bills
have not struggled.
They lost to the Jets because they got complacent. They've kicked the shit out of every team they've played since then. They've given up a whopping 13 points. In fact, they haven't really the Jets beat them 15-10, I think.
No,
There wasn't a blowout.
16-22. It wasn't a blowout. Yeah. And then I think you're thinking about that Raiders game.
So they lost to the Jets 22-16. Right?
Right.
That's not an ass whooping. The Bills then turned around and beat the Raiders 38-10 and then beat the Commanders 37-3. And everybody was saying, "Oh, the Commanders are going to beat the Bills." I'm like,
who was saying that?
Y'all are high. So I was in Ken's show. Ken, you know Ken from Foul Mouse
Ken
Network.
Foul Mouth?
Yeah, I jumped in his show and just sitting there listening to, because I don't like listening to the fucking guys on fucking before the game start. So I jumped in there and conversations back and forth talking about who's gonna win and all that stuff. And a shout out to him. He does this on Sunday mornings now, which he used to do it. He quit doing it, but I'm glad he's doing it again. So if you want to listen to some pregame from just somebody who is a fan of the game, like myself and Rayshawn and Heather, go listen to Ken. He goes through every game, kind of, gives his thoughts.
Analysts and stuff like that.
Yeah, he doesn't have anybody on the show with him. He just gives his thoughts and he reads the chat and, this is pretty good. He does pretty good. I enjoyed it. So if you aren't doing anything on Sundays, just pop in there before the games, and then.
I'm always working Sundays mornings.
No.
5 o'clock
I
in the
understand.
morning.
I'm just talking to everybody that's listening. Because he gave me a shout out, I got to give him a shout out. So, and but if you do get a chance, go listen to it because he reads everybody. He reads the chat and responds to people, and
He's very attentive.
Yeah. What's up, Tim?
Hey.
Sorry I'm late. I already explained why I was late. We haven't gotten to the. We've been talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Who gives a damn?
Well, apparently a lot of people do because there were people, and this literally, people were calling into the station saying we want more Taylor Swift.
Also, Kelsey's jersey has increased in sales by almost 400%.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's gonna happen, and that is why the NFL did it. It wasn't because NFL is smart. They did it because they knew it was going to increase the sales because Taylor Swift is very popular.
Yeah.
And
but you know what else they did?
Huh?
They also raised sales for what's his name, DeAndre Swift, because they put Jason Kelce together with Swift, and what you got, Kelce and Swift.
So where this whole thing with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce started is your fucking center had to open his fucking mouth. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. It's your center's fucking fault.
Yeah,
I blame him.
I'm a Cardinals fan. I'm a Cardinals fan. I don't know what you're talking about.
Fully decked out in what you are. You're a Cardinals fan.
So, and listen, we'll talk about Philadelphia because I actually just quit watching the game because Philadelphia is going to be fine. Like I said, they look pretty good.
They look pretty. And not just that, phases. I personally don't think they look good, but they're a little wrinkled.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little wrinkled here and there.
Their defense is really the only thing that you needed to worry about, and they look pretty fucking good.
Yo.
So
these new Georgia Bulldogs players are making it work.
They're all
man.
rookies, so you can't
you gotta give them a chance, man.
Let them get into their own. Quay Walker didn't when he first got there. Him and Devontae Wyatt, they first got to Green Bay. They didn't quite. I mean, Quay Walker, he really picked it up like week 4 and was all over the field. He led the team in tackles as a rookie. So these Georgia players, where Kirby Smart is a great recruiter, he gets players that they're going to be good for years to come.
They won't be that much that they'll work at it no matter what.
But yeah, and we also talked about Miami and Denver. I personally don't think Miami is that good. I've seen a lot of teams just not give a shit.
After it got to 50 points, it's like
it wasn't even that. You could tell. You look at Denver and how they played. I watched a play today. They quit. They just quit. As soon as they got beat, they just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Made no sense to me. Made no sense. You're getting paid millions of dollars to make a play, and you don't. Like, what are you doing? Why are you there?
Right.
Because they want the social platform. Don't get me going.
You give up 70 fucking points.
You should.
You probably, your social media platform is probably the size of the turd I took today. That's how good. That's how good. If I took 3 turds today, I would have called them the Bears, the Broncos, and the Cowboys.
Wow.
Yeah, that works.
And the reason that I say the Cowboys is because Jesus fucking Christ, man.
You lost to Arizona.
To Arizona. They were missing one player. They were missing 3 guys on their offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
But they were getting beat on defense.
Oh,
It
yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
even. It wasn't even the offense couldn't move the ball because the offense was moving the ball up and down the field. They just couldn't get in the end zone. Their defense failed them miserably. I likened it. I liken it to, and I told Heather this. It's the Cowboys being the Cowboys. And this
Yep.
isn't a Jerry Jones thing.
No, it isn't.
This was a player's thing. This wasn't a Jerry Jones thing. Like my aunt, I called my aunt on Monday, or she called me.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with her for 2 hours talking about fucking basketball coaches. I'm like, well,
She's a bigger basketball
she has
fan.
a niece. She has a daughter who played basketball, and she didn't like coach because she would never play. And I'm like, well, maybe your daughter, maybe Stacy was happy where she was at.
Or she just wasn't good enough.
No, she was. She's a pretty good ball player, but maybe she was happy where she was at. Her daughter got mad at her for saying something to the coach. What does that tell you? She was fine with it. She didn't care. But my point, she was talking about, well, it's Jerry Jones. I'm like, no, this was not on Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones had nothing to do with what happened to the Cowboys Sunday.
None at all.
None. Zero. Zip zilch. That was all defense just giving up.
But what happened to Tennessee though?
Well, they suck. They're probably the third worst team in the NFL. From what I'm seeing. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them. They have a great running back. I don't know if he's hurt or what or not, but I don't know.
That's what I was
The Colts beat, I'll let Heather go into this one. The Colts beat the Ravens.
Well, that was an OT, right? I believe.
Yeah, that was in overtime.
So we were watching the game. Go ahead.
I swear they lost that game just because they didn't call the fucking pass interference call.
And I disagree. I'm not saying that didn't hinder them. I think Heather agrees with me with what I'm about to say to a certain extent. I do agree.
Wait until I hear what you say.
Agree that should have been called. Right? We can all agree that should have been pass interference. Right? I do not dispute that. But the Colts are not very good. They're probably the third or fourth worst team in the NFL right now. I'm serious. I'm being serious.
I know you are. I agree.
They didn't have their starting quarterback. They had Gardner fucking Minshew as their quarterback. Right? They don't have a running game.
Yeah, they traded that away.
They have a defense, but I don't think it's that great. I think it was more or less coaching. I don't know if I would blame John Harbaugh. I blame the play calling. I will say that they let Lamar Jackson do his thing because he had 100 yards rushing. They get too conservative when the weather is shitty. And the weather was shitty that day. I may fault John Harbaugh for that because and I've noticed that he gets way too conservative when the weather is inclement. I've noticed that with him. The players probably could have played a little harder. But I didn't watch the whole game. I was actually watching the Packer game at that time. She's seen more of it than I did.
I had to watch it on Red Zone, so.
My observation is Indianapolis isn't very good. Baltimore is way better. And for them to only score 16 points, right? The game was 19-16.
Yeah.
I think it was 1922. But what happened with the defense?
The defense was fine.
Yeah, but if you hold the team under,
it was the play calling on offense that hurt them. I think. I that's just me. I didn't see the game enough to say that they were being too conservative, but Lamar Jackson had 100 yards rushing. I don't know what he had passing. So I
Ray
can't.
Sean,
Go ahead.
Ray Sean, basically, if you can hold a team under 24 or less points in the modern NFL, you have a good shot at winning most
You
games.
do.
So, yeah.
But
You prevent a team
again,
from going 24.
I disagree that one call cost them the game.
It would have put them in field goal range, and Tucker would have shut the door on them.
I don't dispute that, but I don't think that one play call cost them the game. And I mean, my point is to her is that Baltimore is way better than Indianapolis. It should not have been that close. That's my point. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have said you will have games. Every team in the NFL will do this. They will have games where they just don't show up, or they just don't have it that day.
You know what?
Well, that's his overall.
You're not wrong
season
about
stats.
that because I was questioning the
No,
Packers.
it's for week 3. It's supposed
If
to
he
be.
had 608 yards passing, how in the fuck did they only score 22 points or 19 points? There's no fucking way.
It's supposed to be for week 3. That's what I'm saying.
You're looking. That's for the. So you have to go to.
That might be for the season.
That is for the season. There's
Yeah, that makes
so
more
if
sense.
you go to the game and then click on it. But either way, that's. I'm not saying she's wrong. It could very well have been that was the case, but I'm gonna have to say, based on what I know of Baltimore, they just didn't show up
Mm-hmm.
guns a-blazing like they usually do. That's all I'm saying. Another team that didn't show that, well, let me rephrase this. They showed up for one half, right?
Uh-huh.
But the second half, I think they forgot how to play football. We're talking about the New Orleans Saints.
Mm.
Yeah.
I watched that game thoroughly, and I'm sitting here. I was calorically intaking
He needed
at
to.
at 11:40 at 11:59. I took in some caloric intake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was focused on what was going on,
Mm-hmm.
and Green Bay was not doing anything, and I wasn't mad about. I wasn't expecting Green Bay to win. Green Bay had Aaron Jones out. They had Aaron Jones out. David Bakhtiari was out. Elton Jenkins was out. Jair Alexander was out. And they had one other. They had 6 main guys were out in this game. And New Orleans lets them come back and beat them
In the fourth quarter, no
in the
less.
fourth quarter.
17 unanswered points in the fourth quarter.
18. Because they won
Trash.
18-17. Now, New Orleans did get into field goal range. I am not blaming the kicker. It happens. Now, if it continues to happen, you shouldn't have gotten rid of Will Lutz. That's all I'm going to fucking say. Because I think Will Lutz would have nailed that right down the fucking middle.
Mm.
But how in the hell... How does that happen? They're completely, like, at halftime, I think Jordan Love was 7 for 18 for, like, 40 yards.
It sounds about right.
You know, they couldn't run the fucking ball. You know, Green Bay's just going through the motions. And New Orleans just kicking the snot out of Green Bay. Now, I will say, and you're going to hear this, Derek Carr going down had a lot to do with it.
No, it didn't.
How do you know? We don't know. Green Bay may have come back and still won. I've seen it happen. It's the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
him
Yeah,
going
got
down
caught
kind of
out.
hurt. It did take the sails out of their
The wind out of their
out of their
sails.
sails. I will say that. because they couldn't do anything in the second half.
Yeah.
Offensively, it might have hurt them, but
defensively,
defensively,
it
it
done
couldn't
shit.
have any effect.
Yeah.
Well, they quit playing on defense, I think. Now, the things that they were getting away with in the first half, and they were pass interference calls, and I'm not going to say Green Bay didn't get away with a couple of things. Green Bay adjusted to it. New Orleans didn't.
Right.
They kept pushing off and tackling before the ball got there, and then they started getting caught. And then they started, go watch the replays. I'm telling you, it was pass interference. We are never ever going to have another moment like we did in the NFC Championship game between the Rams and the Saints. We're never going to have that moment. Ever.
No, you'll never have that happen again.
That will be pass interference any other time.
Yeah.
I will argue that they just didn't throw the flag on that play because it was overtime. It was late.
No, was in the fourth quarter.
Well, let me finish. It was late in the game.
Yeah.
And they are not. And I've said this numerous times. Although it should have been called, I can tell you right now, referees will keep their flag in their pocket. Because they don't want to be the reason why a team loses. But yet, they're the reason why that team lost. Why the other team lost. So it's for referees, and Tim can speak on this, it's a lose-lose. No matter what, it's a lose-lose. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah.
That's something I was about to say, that no matter what you do, if you enforce the rule, you're blamed for this team losing. If you don't enforce it, you're blamed for this team losing. That's why I keep going back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Fall back on the rule book. If it's in violation of the rules, enforce the penalty. Call the penalty. Don't give a damn. You can always show them the rule and say, this is why I did it.
Go to the rushing. Wow, so they weren't being conservative.
They were not running the ball very often.
14 carries for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's interesting. So she's showing me the stats for the Baltimore game. So they weren't being conservative. Throwing the ball 31 times, I think the weather had a lot to do with it. They're probably throwing short, which might be a little conservative, I would think, but still. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, I finished.
So I will take the win, but holy shit, man. It is. The Saints will be fine. Aaron, I promise the Saints will be fine. It just one of those games again. It's one of those games.
But this is a pattern.
But and I can understand. I'm sorry, and I can understand the Saints kind of taking the gas off the pedal, the foot off the pedal.
Foot off the pedal.
They Packers were missing 6 guys. Nobody's expecting Green Bay to do anything because look at what they did in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it had to do with the defense just making stupid mistakes at the wrong fucking time. That's what it was. And it happens. They will learn from those mistakes, I hope. They have a very good secondary. They were missing one of their key players on the secondary as well. I think if they were to play that game again and it would have been the same, I don't think Green Bay probably would have won if they were to play that game again. I will say that right now.
Because they was already losing, and it looked like Green Bay didn't have no answers.
That's exactly in the first half they couldn't. But they didn't play. Weren't playing bad. It's the offense could not do anything. The defense was fine. The offense just... When you keep putting your defense in position to have to defend a short field or be on the field all the time, you're going to lose. It's what happened. It's what happened in the Atlanta game.
Yeah.
Green Bay kept putting the defense in position to where they had to defend. Like, they were on the field throughout the fourth quarter probably 12 of the 15 minutes. And that's why they lost. They couldn't stop them. They got tired.
They were gassed, which any player would be gassed after being on the field for that long.
So that's, and I get what you're saying, Rayshawn. Yes, in the first half, in the second half, this is why you never take your foot off the fucking pedal when you're playing a team in the NFL. Because they are professionals as well. And shit like what happened in that game will come back and haunt you.
That's correct.
100%. Sorry. So, Tim, talk to me about the Patriots and Jets.
Okay, Patriots beat the Jets 15-10, and that game was just
Well,
bad.
it was, again, the weather had a lot to do with it. I think.
Yeah, the weather did have a.
But you said there was
and,
pass interference calls.
Yeah, there was like. One of them was really bad at the end of the first half, where
Okay.
Matt Jones throws it up for one of the rookie receivers, I don't know which, and the rookie receiver literally gets hit in the face, and they just, nope, we're not throwing the flag. It's like,
So I
That's
have come to
definitely pass
learn that
interference.
I have come to learn that the NFL, there is no face guarding rule anymore.
no, the ball is in the air, so it's not a face guard. It's not a face guard. It's a pass interference penalty. It would still be a pass interference penalty.
Right, but you can face guard now in the NFL.
Yeah, no.
Yes, you can.
You can face guard. Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay. Well, I mean, if
I'm
he
just
went
saying,
up
he
into
hit
his
him in the
face
face
mask,
mask.
if he went up into his face mask, I mean, that's hands to the legal hands to the face. That's not a pass interference. That'd be a 15-yard
Penalty was called, and with the ball in the air, it becomes pass interference. That's the one, because you do that, the Patriots have at least a chance for 3 more points, and you don't have all the stuff at the end.
I mean, they feel sorry that Aaron Rodgers isn't playing. So,
Yeah, I don't.
I'm joking. So I didn't see that.
I think
Yeah.
the Jets didn't the Jets had like about 2 to 3 chances of winning that game?
They
though?
were never going to win that game.
I mean,
They had one
No,
final
no.
chance at the end
So-
that he
so-
Hail Mary.
And I don't even think it's Zach Wilson's fault that they lost. They put that kid in so many awkward positions. It's play calling. It's play calling. It's not. And I can tell you right now, if Aaron Rodgers was on the field, I ain't calling that stupid fucking play. Why the fuck would I call that?
Not just that, but then you have, at the same time, Zach Wilson just, if he even thinks there's pressure, he goes down, which...
There was pressure, and that is the problem in New York. He has no fucking time to throw the ball. He is under
there was
duress.
pressure. There were a couple times...
He is just like Justin Fields. He has to be on the run, because if he's not, he's going to get hit.
yeah.
Yep.
You're going to get your quarterback fucking killed.
There were a couple of times in the later stage of the game where there was no pressure, but he thought there was pressure,
Well,
though.
because there was all day.
There was pressure previously.
Yes,
And Zach Wilson
it
has to
wasn't just
realize.
previously. It was all fucking
game.
day. All fucking
Yeah,
day
that was
long.
a part of the Patriots' defensive game plan. Which is
what you do. You attack their weak point as a defense. If they can't protect the fucking quarterback, fucking put 10 guys in the box and blitz the fuck out of them. Because
but they don't. And I was suspicious of the timing on the end of the at the end of the game. All of a sudden, the clock holds at a second. I'm like, seriously? But that's partly just me being like conspiracy theorist, not so person.
well, you know what I think of conspiracy theorists, right?
They're only a theory until they come true.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Lately, that's been happening a lot.
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. It's not even
No.
close to true.
But yep, that's my thoughts. And Patriots need something on offense because their offense is stagnant, though.
Right.
They just need something on offense. I don't like them
Patriots
this
are
week
strong.
against Dallas.
Well,
Like
I
they
don't
used
think
to
the
be.
Patriots are as good as everybody thinks they are. They're better than the Jets.
I think it's
They're-
a mid-level league, though.
The AFC East is between two teams. And
Buffalo
we're
and Miami.
Buffalo and Miami, but I still don't think Miami is that good.
They're gonna crumble eventually.
We'll see this week.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They haven't. Who have they played?
Nobody.
No, Miami has played New England, Denver. I cannot remember who the other team is.
So what was the
Chargers.
score
I think
between
it was
them and New
Chargers.
England? Didn't New England
24-17.
New England almost fucking won that game, right?
They had a chance at the end. That was the one where they said Cole Strange made the line to Dane, and they went back and reviewed it and said he came up short.
Which,
And
you know,
you have people looking at it like the Zapruder film, saying that it's
oh my god, you and the fucking conspiracy theories. Anyway,
no. I did not say that. I said you have fans looking at that play like it's the Zapruder
this
film.
is the problem with Patriot fans. They look at the his knuckle was not down. Well, no shit, his knuckle wasn't down. His fucking knee was down. You idiot.
right,
I can
that's
see
football
it.
fans in
I can
general.
see it both ways. I get it. I think that is one of those calls where stands as called. I think stands as called means that they confirm it.
Or no,
And-
the phrase you're looking for is
They played the Chargers the first week.
okay.
Yeah, they were
Ruling
that
on the
game.
field is upheld or
Back
something
to
along
football.
those lines.
Say that again.
That's the phrase. Ruling on the field is upheld,
There you go. I think either
where
one.
it isn't confirmed, but there's not enough evidence to overturn it. Is what they're
Correct.
saying.
That's what I'm looking for. I
Yeah.
think they need to be transparent when they do these reviews.
Yes.
What I want is for the broadcast to have access to that live feed.
They do.
But no, what I mean by that is the broadcast gets to hear what the NFL and the referees are saying to each other.
That's what. But then you're no.
They
Because then you're. They shouldn't be listening to anything.
No, they should just be looking at the video. Or
Yes.
at least hear what the referee is talking about when he's looking at the feed.
No.
No. What I think is the judges that are the non-specific third-party judges that do the review calls should be getting the same footage that we see on TV.
They do.
It doesn't seem
Yeah.
like it with the
They
calls
do.
they
do.
make.
Well, okay, so we went to the Badger game, right? You were there.
Yes.
You're watching. They had a couple of plays like that where the guy
They went
looked
for a
like
review.
the guy looked like his knee was down before he scored a touchdown, but they called it a touchdown.
And then
And
they
the
went back for a review.
views they were showing us are the same views that they show in the replay booth.
Yes,
And-
those are the ones that the ones that we get to see as fans are the ones that they
But
get
I
to
don't.
see
Here's what
as-
I don't want. I don't want 4,500 fucking cameras all over the fucking field because that's what it comes down to. That is way too much fucking electronics fucking waving around a goddamn football field.
No, but there should be cameras on the pylons at least.
There is.
they
They
are.
just don't use them.
That's
do.
actually the truth of it.
They do.
They don't.
use them.
They are there. They don't use them.
Yes, they do.
I have not seen a replay from the pylons in forever.
There was a replay this past Sunday. It was a touchdown call that was challenged and it stand.
You can't
and
challenge a
that-
touchdown.
No,
No, you
well,
can't challenge. They're automatically reviewed.
That's correct.
All touchdowns and turnovers are automatically reviewed up in the booth.
Yeah.
Or in New York. Or
All
wherever the
scoring
fuck
plays are automatically reviewed.
What they
Except
should do is
for-
do what college football fucking does and fucking have every play fucking reviewed up in the fucking booth, which they fucking do on really close calls.
Yep.
So they do all
There's
right. They're
one
getting
scoring
better.
play that they
They're
do
getting
not
better
review.
with it. Like they'll overturn a call. Like they'll buzz down and say, like, "You got to overturn that. That was an incomplete fucking pass. You dumb shit." I can fucking
Yeah.
if a fan can see it from fucking 500,000 feet away, how can you not fucking see that? You know
Well,
what I
a lot of
mean?
fans-
So
a lot of fans can't see everything because it was the Rams game, and a lot of people is on Twitter. It was like, no, why they blowing the whistle on him? That was a fair catch.
let
or
me tell you
whatever.
something about
But
Los
his
Angeles
foot-
fans. They have no idea what the fuck they're talking. They don't even know what
Right.
football is.
I'm looking at the replay, and I'm like, his back heel touch out. That was a good call from the referee.
Yeah,
They-
the Los Angeles Rams fans are idiots. They don't know.
Yeah.
They want it.
They're-
They win at something. They're just celebrating because their city won at something. They aren't celebrating because their team won. They don't give a fuck about the team. Only if their city wins. It's a lot like and New York fans are. I can honestly say are actual fans of the sport because they are because they
I'm not
know the
disagreeing.
sport. They do know the sport. You get like out
Yeah.
in Los Angeles and California and all that shit, they have fucking no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, I
The
equate
funny
them
thing
to.
is- The funny thing with the Rams is San Francisco brings in more fans than Rams fans. And they just
That's
won a fucking
believable.
Super Bowl. What does that fucking
Yeah.
tell you?
I equate those types of fans to fans who are down in Florida. Half of them just go because it's something to do.
They're kind of the same, but there
Yeah.
are some pretty good. Football is a hotbed down there, so
That
I
is-
will say that more
Yeah.
often than not, I think a lot of the fans down in like Miami have Alzheimer's because it's old people.
I was just gonna say it's got
Yeah.
waiting room, so you got people who watched football back in the 40s and 50s and thinking it's still the same today.
I'm thinking probably in 15, 20 years I'll be one of those fans.
Yes, you will be.
You gonna move to Florida? You gonna retire
I'll
to
be
Florida?
rooting for the Dolphins because I won't know what the fuck I'm cheering for. So yeah, so this week was quite the interesting week. And I'll go back to the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce thing. With everything that we talked about, don't you think that's more football newsworthy than Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce butt fucking on the 50-yard line at the Kansas City Chiefs football game? Think about it for a minute. We talked about this on Sunday on No Bucks Given. Like, why don't you just have her do the halftime show and have Travis Kelce come out there, throw her down on the ground, just start eating her out right there on the
Right.
stage? You know what I mean? I mean, come on, people. It's laughable to me.
Because the NFL knows that Travis Kelce, you said it, Travis Kelce, even more than Jason Kelce, despite what Rayshawn seems to believe, Travis Kelce is a far more well-known player because
He
he
is.
plays a skill position on offense.
Well, it's Jason Kelsey's fault that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift became a thing on the football game Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Because he had that
But,
thing on fucking Peacock.
yeah. But
If you haven't
because
gone to
of-
watch it, Rayshawn, you need to go check it out. They talk about Jason
I
Kelce.
personally want to.
Go watch
I
it.
want.
Because it gives you insight to the kind of guy that Jason is. The
Mhm.
Kelseys are pretty good people.
They are.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to sit
Yeah.
here and talk shit about them, but I just don't give a fuck about him dating Taylor
Right.
Swift.
Nobody
Agreed.
does.
Nobody does.
Mm,
Well, and
I just
nobody
don't
who's an actual
understand-
fan of the sport cares.
No. And the only people that care are the people that are fans of Taylor Swift. That's all. And
14-year-old girls.
And of course, the fucking Monday after the Good Morning Football, the very next fucking day, the lady that's on that show, wearing Taylor Swift garb. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. We're going to just keep it going, huh?
Of course.
Fucking
Right.
more.
Oh, it's going to be a season-long storyline.
She applauded the producer and the director for putting the camera on her all the time.
Yep.
Why is she even doing... I would fire her. I'd say
I
you're
would.
fired. I don't want you...
Your job is to talk football,
you're
not
just-
Taylor
yes.
Swift lady.
I don't give a
She's
fuck
the
about
type
Taylor
that
Swift.
don't want. She's the type that watched the Super Bowl just for the halftime show.
Yes.
Well, Taylor
Yep.
Swift isn't doing the halftime show. Usher is.
No, I'm talking about the
Yeah.
Nah, he's talking about the woman on Good Morning Football.
Why don't we just have Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift?
Do a live
Fucking-
sex celebration
Why
like
don't we?
Angelina.
Why don't we just have a
Raw.
reality TV show between them two? Will they or won't they? Like, come on, man. All right. We got anything else? I'll talk more about college football. There's not really much to talk about right now.
I just don't understand why Donna decided to go to Travis' game and not Jason's game. This is a better game.
Who?
And, Donna Kelsey,
Well,
the mother.
Well, okay. Was Philadelphia at home?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay, well then that's why. That's
No.
why she goes to all of her son's home games. So every home game they have,
She's there for
she's there for them. So
And she's got a special
like I said,
jersey of Eagles and Chiefs
She
from when they're
does.
playing each
She
other.
wore it during the Super Bowl, and they had a go watch the Jason Kelsey thing because there's a moment where Jason tells his mom go celebrate with Travis. So Jason, it's a pretty good family.
Yeah.
So, other than that, I don't think we have anything. Like I said, we'll talk when we get to the college football playoff rankings. I'll start talking about that.
Yeah.
But I'm not. There's nothing to talk about right now. Football
Yeah.
it's just beginning, and a lot of non-conference games that
Right.
nobody gives a fuck about.
It's all the dark. It's all the. We're playing this team because
Well,
they want us on the schedule to get the national coverage.
you're talking about the teams like Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Appalachian State.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, but
Yeah.
So we'll talk.
No,
more
I'm just
about
saying those are the games that are going on right now, which are by and large non-competitive.
Right. So we're gonna do the wheel a little. We're gonna do the wheel first this week.
Okay.
You want to get set up there?
Do I want to get set up? Oh. Oh shit. All right.
Yeah.
Oops, give me a second. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do the wheel first this week. So whatever wheel we land on, you cannot use that game as your other picks. Waiting on you, Heather. Go ahead and give that fucking wheel a spin.
I can't say the rest, so we might get copyrighted.
Oh no!
Oh my god! Yes!
What a game.
We literally have to pick the worst game of the fucking league right now between the two worst teams who had the worst ass whoopings handed to them.
Might be the
The
worst.
loser
game of
gets relegated game. Oh my god.
I
Oh
don't think
dear
it is.
God, that's fucking classic shit right there.
All right. Ray Sean, who you got?
I don't know.
I can tell you right now, the Broncos are going to be favored.
Probably yes.
Let me.
I'm going with Chicago.
Okay. For reals?
No.
No.
No, I don't believe in Chicago.
I don't
At
believe.
least
I
not
don't
anymore.
believe in Chicago either. Let me see.
I'm going with Denver. Here's your game, Aaron. Here's your win.
So the
Yeah.
spread in this game is only 3.
It should be less than that.
Should be
honestly.
more. Should be more. You're gonna go with Chicago, though, Ray?
Nah, going with Denver.
You going
Final.
with Denver? I am going with I'm going with Denver as well. Tim?
Underdog Denver.
Heather?
As much as I don't want to even pick this game, I'm going to go with Denver as well.
Okay. I don't think Denver is as bad as what they showed Sunday. I really don't.
I think they're the better coach team.
think
That's
they're
the
the
only
better
reason
team.
why.
All right. What is your lock? Tim.
I gotta look at the schedule. Give me 5 seconds.
No, here, I can just share the wheel again for you so you can...
Yeah, that would work better.
There you go.
There we go. Now I can see. Lock.
No, everybody, you know what a lock is. A lock pick means that this is a team that you know is going to win. Or feel is going to win. You are 100% certain that they're going to win.
I'm gonna go 49ers over the Cardinals.
That's the easiest one.
I
Aside
got
from
one.
what we went through.
I'm going to laugh if the Cardinals fucking win that game.
I got one. My
Cool.
lock would be Ravens going defeating Browns.
Ooh,
Those AFC North matchups scare me.
they do.
This next 2 weeks are going to be very tough for the Ravens because they got the Steelers next.
Yeah.
And although that's always a rock fight.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that Chiefs versus Jets game. That's a lock one right there.
I was just going to say, I think that's going to be my lock, Chiefs. Okay.
That's what I would do.
Well, I'm going Chiefs and Jets. You can do that if you
you're
want.
going to go Chiefs over Jets?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to go Eagles over fucking goddamn Commanders. That's my lock. I mean, come the fuck on. Jesus.
Okay, you know why I didn't do that?
Why?
Last season, the Commanders gave the Eagles their first loss.
It's an 8-point spread. It wasn't like that last year. Anyway. Underdog. And I'll tell you your underdogs for this week. The
Okay.
Packers are an underdog. Atlanta is an underdog. Miami is an underdog.
Doesn't surprise me.
Carolina is an underdog.
Giants.
No,
Houston-
Seahawks are underdogs, actually.
Houston is an underdog. The Rams
No,
are an
maybe-
underdog. The Buccaneers are an underdog. Tennessee is an underdog. Las Vegas is an underdog. New England is an underdog.
Man, it's a lot of them.
And the Seattle Seahawks are an underdog. That's all the games where the underdog that you
Yeah.
pick.
I'm gonna go with the Titans.
You're going to go with the Saints?
Titans.
The Titans? They are only 2.5-point underdogs, so... And they're playing Bengals.
Correct.
Because Bengals aren't playing very good right now. So that's a good pick. Heather?
What's the Seahawks and Giants?
The spread for the Seahawks and the Giants is, and
1
that is
point.
it is 1 point.
That
You going
that
with
should
it?
be Denver and Bronco.
The Giants are underdogs.
Fuck, that ain't rooting for the Giants. What was
Go ahead.
what are the Bills the underdogs for?
No, the Dolphins are.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins are 2.5-point underdogs.
Alright, I'll take the Dolphins.
You're gonna take the Dolphins. I'm hoping the Dolphins fucking win or lose because I fucking hate Miami. Anyway, Tim.
I'm gonna go Buccaneers over the Saints.
Buccaneers over Saints. I think the Buccaneers are actually going to bounce back this week. Like I said, I mean, you never know, but I am going to go, and Tim, you're probably going to hate me for this. I think they're underdogs.
Well, yeah, they're going up against.
Patriots are underdogs, yes.
Oh, I'm not picking the Patriots. Dallas will not fucking... I almost took them as my lock, but since Rayshawn didn't take Philadelphia or Heather, I'm going to go with Seattle Seahawks over the Giants. I mean, come on.
That one you basically... Actually, that one you need Seattle to win, though,
Yeah.
because you can't get there with the
They're
spread.
still underdogs by 1 point. It's not a pick 'em.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying.
All right, so your random game, the game that you want to pick, can't be any of the games that we've picked so far. That's the only thing.
I will pick Chargers defeating Raiders.
Okay. Did you see the comment that fucking Devontae Adams said? Did you hear what he said? He said, I'm not waiting around. We need to. I came here to win. I didn't come here to just fucking build.
Yeah.
I came here to fucking win. What he's saying is I very easily could have taken the money Green Bay offered me if you were just gonna fuck me around like this.
Right.
Especially since they traded Derek Carr away when he's the reason that he went to the Raiders in the first place.
He is one of the reasons.
Yeah.
But he wanted to move closer to home, which you are right. He is one of the reasons. But the other, I'm just saying, the other one was he wanted to move closer to home. Tim?
I'm going to go Vikings over the Panthers.
Did the Panthers win their game last?
No.
No, they don't think they've had a single win yet.
They come close. They're fighting. They're
They're
just
doing pretty damn good considering.
They're looking strong in defeat.
I'm gonna hate myself for doing it, but I'm going Steelers over the Texans.
That's a good pick, though.
I am going to take the Cowboys
Over the
over the
Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm not picking the Packers at all this year unless I absolutely positively have to.
Unless it rolls on.
Absolutely positively had to last week.
Mm-hmm.
And here I am. They're down 17-0, and I'm like, fuck, there goes one of my picks, because I don't think I got one pick right last week.
Didn't even check it off.
I did. My Bills was locked. My upset was the Steelers. Did they win?
I didn't even see them on fucking Red Zone.
I missed out on the Cowboys.
Well, they were too busy putting on Miami highlights.
Yeah.
Didn't the Steelers win, though?
I'm looking
they
right
won.
now.
Okay. For Heather, the Ravens did not win. They were a lock. The upset, the Falcons lost, right? Yeah, they got their ass kicked. The Seahawks won,
Steelers won 23-18.
and the Saints lost.
Ugh.
Because that's one we had to pick. The Seahawks won, right?
Yes. 37-27.
Yeah.
Ray, his lock was the Chiefs.
We all know how that went.
We all know how that fucking went. Taylor Swift. I bet I would have given you extra points if you would have said Taylor Swift is going to show up at the fucking game.
Well, if you go back to the replay, I definitely did say that.
No, you didn't. No,
I
you
think
didn't.
he's
5 minutes
broken.
and 17 seconds.
The Giants definitely did not win, right?
No, it was
Nah,
30
they
to
got
12.
their ass
The
handed to them.
Texans, you're random. You're random one.
37 to 17.
Mhm.
And then the
You already
Saints
know.
got beat. Your lock, Tim, did not win, which was the Jaguars.
They came close,
Mm.
though.
Your upset, which is the Titans, they did not win. The random was the Patriots and the Packers. So you had two right. So this last week, and next week I'll have everybody except for Heather went 2-2, and I went 3-1. Heather went 1-3.
Mm-hmm.
So next week I'll have the points Oh,
We'll have the spreadsheet.
I'll have the
made up,
spreadsheet done. So,
All right.
and then I'll give you the guys access to it.
yeah. If you guys want
Okay.
the spreadsheet, just need your email and we can send it to you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Do you guys have anything that you want to talk about or add on or anything?
No, I'm good.
Rayshawn,
Yeah, good.
you good?
Good.
All right.
Solid
So
week.
next week, enjoy the games. I did enjoy the games. I was happy especially at the end of the Packer game. I was happy, but I wasn't.
Yeah, and
Man.
speaking of which,
Oh yeah.
his birthday present showed up early.
Nice.
What is
Now I
it?
got
Stuff to
something-
fix
now
the
I got
hole in the
something,
wall?
man.
Now I got something to throw at the TV.
Oh, that's a
I gotta
dangerous.
throw it.
gift.
Oh,
It's
just throw it
essentially a
somewhere.
Nerf football, yes.
It's a stress ball.
That's what's up. He like, God damn, Pack. Come on, Jordan. Throw the fucking ball.
Our fate is cruel.
Yeah, because spun the Denver Bronco and fucking.
Look, Denver is going to be just fine. It happens. They just quit playing, which if I'm a Broncos fan, I'd be upset, but it is what it is. So with that said, enjoy the games this week. Watch as many of them as you can. And
Shuffle your butts on over to the Horny Goat because we will be doing Moving Out 2 again tonight.
and I will set myself a reminder to remember that I have a show on Wednesdays.
He's only been doing it for 4 years.
I need to remember Wednesdays.
Right.
Wednesdays. Well, I used to do it on Tuesdays. But
I was like, okay, no show.
I do apologize for that. I do.
It is what it
All
is.
good.
So there's that. You guys have a great night. Stay safe, be well, and I will talk to you
Next week.
next week. And I do have an idea when we get off of here for fantasy football, but that's for next year. So
I
Okay.
want to say.
that's all I have. Have a good night, guys.
Night.
Good night, people.